We are indeed live. Let's go. Okay. Let's bring over the microphone. We are going to be live streaming, folks. Everything's a disaster. Ugh. Microphone doesn't want to fit. Trying to make my hot dogs not get in the way. Okay. So let's fix a few things here for a second. 3 minutes to the draft. Okay, so one last thing we need to do here is this. Oops. Okay. We will be drafting in a few minutes. I want to see what this is our first time live streaming on YouTube. And not 100% sure exactly how it looks or how exactly it looks. Okay. So, let's Okay. We've got Brandon in here, Clutterbrook, Kaka, Tyler John, Brandon, me. Or I'm at the end. I'm drafting from 12. I have a draft. One of my drafts are going to be in the 12th spot, so I decided to draft from here so that I can get a little bit of practice of what happens in the 12th round. Let's hope. I think I have a sheet that I can use, like one of my tools. Let's use this one. Okay, so reminders. Standard categories are goals, assists, plus, minus, power play points, shots on goal, goals, or shots on goal and hits. And then goaltenders just wins, goals against, average, and save percentage. And shutouts, which I also do not draft with. So I'm going to be ignoring plus minus, and I'm going to be ignoring shutouts. So I'm probably going to end up, regardless of how I do, towards the bottom of the table in terms of like, oh, you won the draft or whatever. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be more of Daniel. Yeah, so definitely Yahoo over ESPN. I personally really don't like ESPN. They really ruined a lot of things. I actually think their drafting experience is incredible. What I hate is what I can't stand for them is their actual experience in season. Like, searching players is awful. Adding players is pretty bad. The team page is kind of a mess now. Like, they ruined so many things to me. Just not a huge fan of ESPN. I'm a big fan of Yahoo. I like I said, ESPN has the best, I think, live draft experience, but the in-season experience, I think, has to go to Yahoo. And then as far as experience when it comes to being able to, I don't know, like as far as being able to like make a league, Fantrax is hands down the best place for that. Yeah, so in the comments on YouTube, you'll see a guy called Stockenborg. That is my co-host normally. I kind of decided to do this on a whim, and so Brandon's going to be commenting. He's drafting in it, but he's going to be commenting as well. So I have my kind of ranking set up. I am ready to go. Well, they're still kind of populating, but I'll continue to share our draft tool. Now, if you don't have it already, down in the description of our stream, there should actually be links to the tool if you haven't used it before. There's also in the top right corner, I believe, of the stream, a little information button. If you click on that, you can see our you can see links to other videos. So it's like a how to set up the tool video. I think I included draft strategy and sleepers in there too for people to watch if they haven't seen those yet. Okay, so Yahoo is alive. Thanks, Canadian Jock. Appreciate it. We pride ourselves on trying to keep quality somewhat high. We try, not always doing great, but Kane or Marchand at pick 5. I'm assuming, Chris, you're talking about. I'm assuming you're meaning in like a Yahoo standard cats, right? At 5. If so, if it's like peripheral heavy, so say you're including shots on goal, hits, or pims or anything like that, Marchand at 5. If it's more points heavy, I'd go Kane. It's like the less peripheral ones, the less peripheral stats, the better. In my opinion, I think in this setup of a league, you're looking. I would personally be taking Marchand at 5. Although, to be honest, it's close. So I have a little bit of a plan. I mean, we've talked about kind of strategy before. Brandon is at the 4th spot, which he thinks is the best spot to draft in this year, if I remember correctly. So he can correct me on that. Oh, yes, I can show picks. My bad there. Here you go. Sorry, I had the screen a little too low. You couldn't see the picks. There you go. You can see the picks. Okay, so I'm up. I mean, I've been talking quite a bit about. So I personally don't think I'd take Besser in round 5. Vasilevsky goes. So I take Bobrovsky here just to mess with Brandon. I feel like I should. This draft is moving quick. This 30-second pick clock, man, throws me off every time. And so here I'm bummed that Burns went. I'm trying to think of exactly the strategy here that I want to go. I actually am going to follow its position, which is what sucks here. It's a little bit of a reach, but I'll go Sagan first. And then after that, honestly, Erik Karlsson isn't an awful option here. I don't love it, but again, I'm just going to try it because, like I've been saying, I have this strategy kind of going defenseman a little bit early. So I don't love it, but I want to see how the draft unfolds. Like, I'm going to practice there and see what happens. Now, again, not in love with my Sagan pick, but I like his shots a lot, and it kind of sets me up well. The fact that he's a center kind of sucks, but I'm going to fade centers real hard now. Wow, Marner going early. I mean, he's signed now, so we most likely will start to see him kind of fly up the boards here. And just a second as I fill in fill in this draft board here. So far, kind of going as you'd expect. I actually like Draisaitl fell kind of far there. Matthews and Tavares. I'm still shocked that Matthews is going before Tavares, because to me, Tavares is a much better grab than Matthews. And Panarin's still going really early. Not sure I love that. Let's look at the draft. Let's look at the rounds here again. Oh, keep getting hair in my mouse. That's the life of having pets. Brandon's scrolling. 7 seconds, and he goes Hedman. Okay, he's also kind of doing what I was saying of going defenseman, especially on that turn at 4. Getting that first turn a defenseman is interesting. Okay, now Brandon's coming up again on the turn. Eichel at 25th is good. That's kind of where you should go. Giroux, that's a good reach for Giroux. I like that I got Carlson with the way, at least so far, it's unfolding. I'm happy with it. I'm a little. I feel like I maybe should have taken Wheeler there if I was going to reach for someone. But you know, what are you going to do? Interesting. Okay. I like how this draft is unfolding for me so far. I think I have a plan here of what I'm going to do next. So Rantanen is going third. Sean asked in the comments over on the actual chat for the league that why is Rantanen going third round? Rantanen's going third round, I think, largely because of the negotiations that are happening. Like, it doesn't seem like he's going to get signed anytime soon. And because of that, I think that's why you're seeing him fall quite a bit. Yeah, it really doesn't seem like they're even close, to be honest, which is worrying. Like, him, I think they can be off by quite a bit. Man, I'm bummed that Bobrovsky went. That's who I was going to take there. Because I think that's the perfect time to take Bob. I think 30-30 is a great price for Bob. Okay, let's start to look at who we're going to take here. So for goalie rankings, honestly, I think at this point, like I'm gonna wait on a goaltender. And Buff, him being actually out is interesting. See, so now it's ranked by X rank. Always remember to remove that. Man, Timo Meier, I love him, but his ADP is like 76. See, I'm actually going to reach a little bit for Gensel here. I like Gensel at that spot. As a reach, of course. And I'm at the end of the turn, so it's a little tough to really do that. You know, and that left wing, right wing is always nice. Pettersson would be nice, but the problem is that at this point, it's so hard to take him. I actually do like Letang. Like I said, I'm gonna try the whole, I'm gonna try the whole defenseman early and see what happens, sort of thing. Sometimes you just gotta try it and hope for the best. And I'm gonna leave goaltenders after Bob went. I now want to fade goaltenders a little harder. What I'm going to be in trouble here with is hits and PIMs, so that's what I need to target on this next kind of round. Is I bet you if we look at standings, I have an extra player than everybody else right now, but shots on goal I'm fine. So really what I need to focus on now is goals and then hits. Obviously no PIMs. I don't know why I said PIMs, but that's what I need to pay attention to more than anything at the moment. So I'll keep this up too so we can kind of see how the draft is unfolding. I'm trying to fill in. I would love to show you guys the leaderboard and stuff in action on the tool, but I'm a little behind in filling it out. So I'm just going to take a quick second to continue to fill it out, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah, I'm going to fade centers quite a bit, though. Like, I would have taken Aho there. The problem is just there's so many centers that there's really no reason to there's no reason to grab him this early. There's comparables, in my opinion. And someone I'm actually going to start targeting a little bit more in my real drafts is actually Kadri. He's going pretty much undrafted for the most part. And he's an interesting option from just a Bangers League standpoint. Maybe not like he's going to be, if he's on your bench, he's a great bench center option, I think, especially in Bangers Leagues. still think DeBrincat, just going back to as I'm filling these in, I'm kind of reacting to my thoughts on some of these. I still think DeBrincat is going a little high. Also, I think that's the highest I've seen Philip Forsberg go. Almost positive there. Okay, almost fully caught up here with this draft. Sorry, folks. I just want to make sure that I have... I think it's... People normally enjoy when I have the tool up to show you kind of ranks and how I'm thinking about it. So I also want to have that ready to go. It's interesting. Okay, now we're seeing some of the goalies start to go. That's not worrying, but definitely something I have to pay attention to. I like the brand. I love that Brandon's been saying how much he doesn't like or wouldn't take John Carlson, and now he ends up with John Carlson. So whoever's drafting in the first spot is in a little bit of Clutterbuck is in a little bit of an interesting situation where they have 3 centers already in Malkin, Eichel, and Scheifele. Not exactly a fantastic situation to be in. I also forget how fast this 30-second pick clock is. Does anyone actually draft with a 30-second pick clock? Okay, and we're up to date on this now. So, I do interact with comments. Apologies I was filling in this draft sheet, so I didn't want to be behind. So now I'll pay attention a little bit more to comments. Good spot for Radulov, honestly. I knew Brandon would take March there. I figured that's who he was eyeing. Man, this 30-second pick clock just flies, doesn't it? Yes, so these mock drafts, so what we do, anyone can join for the most part. We post them to patrons first, so people who have signed up for Patreon with us, we give them the link first, and then after that we put it out to the public. But we do put them out there for everyone to join. Okay, so Seth Jones goes. I still think Jones is going too high, especially in a non-blocks league. Okay, so let's take a look at my rankings here and see who's out there available. So we're in the 5th round. I'm at the end. I'm towards the end here. The first guy I'm actually really going to go for, a little bit of a reach, but did I get him? I did get him before. I'm going to go Timo Meier. I think he has so much upside. It's kind of insane. And then the other guy that I'm going to go for here is going to be Matthew Tkachuk. Another guy that RFA, but I think for him I'm not as worried. Kind of need the hits a little bit. And again, left wing, which is a little bit scarce. A little worried that I have no right wings, but I have 2 left wing, right wing eligible, so that's okay if he's on the bench. I'm not that worried about that, but I'm happy with both of those. I get 2 guys who are ranked pretty high and set me up to kind of reach that. I wanted to reach with I was thinking of reaching for Evander Kane, but I just didn't. Damn it, and Larkin went. I was hoping Larkin wouldn't be reached for, but he's getting reached for. But I'm fine with what I did. So someone asked what to do with the 3rd pick in a 10-team league. So in the 3rd pick, it's pretty easy. Don't overthink it. When you're in the top 4 this year, don't overthink it. Take one of the big 4. Play it smart with what's around in terms of what's relevant to your specific league settings and what's good. But for the most part, don't overthink it. I would go forward early and then take a D on the turn probably, maybe the second turn as opposed to the first turn. So like you do, you pick in the third, and then you have the next one, and then the next one after that. So that third round, that's where I think I'd take. And Brandon takes Evander Kane. You bastard! I knew it. Yeah, so we'll likely do. I think we'll have time for another one after this. And yes, IMG, there is still room. There is one listener league that we're doing that still has room. So if you join Patreon today, then you'll be able to get into the league. So sleepers for the year. I mean, I could, we did a whole sleepers episode. So if you go to our channel and listen to the sleepers episode, yeah, Hoffman is really early there, and Skinner too. This draft is not going how I expected. Like everyone is drafting really well. But yeah, if you go to our channel, we have this whole sleepers episode that has a bunch. And if you want like actual written names and don't want to watch it, I totally understand. It's long. But if you go to that video and then go into the description, I put all the players that we discussed in there. But yeah, Brandon, that was a good grab with Kessel. I hate that you got him. Also, I hate that Zibanejad is also gone. Man, all the sleepers are gone early this year. Yeah, so you see, so the person who asked before if they should take Besser in the 5th round, I mean, he's going more like 7th round, which is, I think, better value for him. And so that's kind of where I'd be targeting him, honestly. Yeah, I mean, the projections for Kessel are so off. Let me go back and see if I missed any of these comments in here. Yeah, so someone said before earlier in the comments how the mocks almost feel like it's not worth it anymore. That's an interesting take, and I'm not completely disagreeing there. There's a lot of guys. It seems like mocks this year are almost too easy in a way. Like, it's not the best test of abilities. And I think it's just because there's just so many sleepers this year. At every point, it feels like you are, since everyone's going early, I'm taking Brady Tkachuk because everyone seems to be taking all these kind of sleepers early. So you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna grab my guy. Next up here. So this is the hard thing from an ADP perspective. You're looking for just the right rank. I think I'm actually I'm gonna go goaltender actually because there's not. It's kind of out of a. I actually really like Jordan Bennington this year, and especially at this spot, I like him a lot. He's gonna get volume. I don't know if he's exactly the best. I don't know if he's exactly the best goaltender this year, but he's projected pretty highly, and especially in just a save percentage goals against average league. The thing with Bennington is he'll get wins because St. Louis is good. The goals against average should be low, and that's largely because St. Louis is good at suppressing shots, and so he's not going to have the hardest job in the world. That's why he was so good last year. And look, Bennington is a good goaltender. He played well, but the truth of the matter is that Bennington also played well because the team played really damn good. Like, they played so well in front of him, and so that's a big thing to remember. And so in an averages league like this, I'm happy to have Jordan Bennington as a goalie 1, especially when I think I'll be able to get a goalie 2 that I'm really happy with a little bit later. And this is kind of, what we always say about the drafts, right? Is like, I normally wouldn't take Brady Tkachuk that early. I wouldn't take Timo Meier that early. But you have to go with the flow of the draft. And in this situation, I'm seeing younger guys go early. I'm seeing people have the ranks properly. Like, you see Evander Kane go early. You see Dylan Larkin go early. And so what that tells me is that last round with Tkachuk, I should have gone Larkin or I should have gone Evander Kane. I should have taken the people I wanted. And so this next round now, and I saw other people that I wanted, like Zibanejad and whatnot, go way earlier. And so the only proper response to that in a draft is not be stubborn and stick to what you want to do. You got to react to what other people are doing as well. And in that situation, that's why I'm happy to reach for a guy like Brady Tkachuk. And there's still a few other guys that I potentially would want to reach for. Although it is leaving me in a slightly perilous situation from a center standpoint. But I think I have some ideas on how to fix that. I knew Brandon was going to grab Dougie Hamilton. That's who I thought of getting. But with Carlson and Letang already, I'm okay. Yeah, Rax is going. Ricky Rax went already. It's crazy. Would you recommend loading up on good defense because there's depth at forward? So I would recommend loading up. I wouldn't load up on defense. What I would do is I would get. What I'm trying to do this year is I'm trying to get an even blend of. Oh my God, Trocheck went already too? What in the world? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get an even blend of upside defensemen and elite defensemen. So like if an elite defenseman goes, if I get 2 elite defensemen, 2 upside defensemen, I'm happy. That's kind of what I'm looking at for the draft this year. And a lot of it will also depend on your league, right? Like in mock drafts, we're seeing a lot of sleepers go, or we're seeing a lot of sleepers be out there, and so that's mostly why I want to go that route. Okay, Brandon is bragging about his team. I don't think his team is that good. Palmieri already, too. What in the world? I love Palmieri. Yeah, and Brandon, I actually don't like Hedman very much this year. Like, Hedman, I think, was an early grab there for Brandon. I would have taken somebody else in the second round over Victor Hedman, personally. D with good upside. No, Brandon. Hamilton is one. Keep an eye on Adam Boquist in Marinson. That was an auto pick, 100%, right? Hamilton is one. Sorry, 1 second. Let me update these sheets because I want to get the best pick here. And I'm about to be up, and my guys are going to be all gone. Trouba, too. Damn, man. And Svech. Man, I'm getting sniped. And Doughty. I got sniped every single person I would have wanted. Hot damn. You guys are good. You guys are good. Okay, so let's see who is out there. Boy, oh boy, you guys are seriously killing me here. Now, I'm going to take Darnell Nurse. It's so early, but honestly, everybody is stealing like any possible person I could have wanted. It's unbelievable. And I honestly don't hate Darnell Nurse too much. The other guy I want to reach for here, eyeing the clock. Actually, you know who I want here? I'm going to actually go Barzell. I got auto-picked, didn't I? Actually, I like O'Reilly. That's okay. I was thinking about taking him anyway, so that's fine. High on Svechnikov. Very high on Svechnikov. Yeah, these new rankings are crazy. It's really kind of changed up the strategy and that's mostly X rank, not necessarily. Willie Nylander is actually a very interesting sleeper. He's crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Yeah, the new rankings are better, but it sucks for us who were actually paying attention and we're hoping that people would fall to us. Like, it's causing people to not fall, is what sucks. Gustafsson is also falling a lot, which is actually understandable with Boquist doing so well. I mean, I think if Boquist makes the team, he's pretty much guaranteed going to get first. Of course, I knew you were going to go Mantha. So some of the defenses that I'm looking at for upside this year, obviously the first one was Hamilton. Jacob Trouba has a lot of upside. Let's take a look at defensemen here and see what's out there. Tyson Barrie, I'm so glad he's finally falling. It's amazing. Chabot has a lot of upside for his value. Like, for where he's going, he has a ton of upside. Oliver at OEL has a lot because, remember, Kessel's there now. Like, that's huge. Gostisbehere is a great one really late. Chernak for peripherals leagues is really, really big. So there's quite a few down here. Once you start getting into the weeds, like there's a lot that are good. And there's Joel Pearson, obviously, in Edmonton if he makes the team. So there's quite a few D. Shea Theodore is another good one that Brandon said. Ronick is another one. I'm surprised Tom Wilson went this late. I know it's not a PIMS league, but still. And I knew Brandon would grab Varlamov. So my thoughts. So we went over the Makar stuff in We went over the Makar stuff in the rookies episode. High upside. The problem with me is there's just zero peripherals. I mean, if I'm getting him really, really late, right? Like if I'm getting him as a fourth defenseman or even a bench and I feel really, really good about peripherals, then cool. But he is a huge handicap in the sense that he's not going to get you much in the way of anything but points. And obviously power play points are great, but it's not. I don't see as much upside at where he's going right now as everybody else seems to. And one interesting thing that we talked about in that rookie episode as well, which is worth and Gusev goes, man, people are locked in for this draft. Seriously. So I actually, like I said, I need some help in hits and such. So I'm actually gonna go here, and I'm just gonna take a center, and I'm gonna go Pierre-Luc Dubois. I think he's falling way too far for leagues like this. PIMS means penalty minutes. Penalty in minutes, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, now I have a little bit of a decision to make. I'd like to go... I'm just going to take... I think some of the guys that I want will fall to me. And there's not a lot of upside defense left. Aside from like a Petrie, really, or a Falk. I'm going to take Ghost. High upside guy. I'm fine with that. Also, thank you for joining Patreon. Appreciate it. Seriously, we really, really do appreciate it. And we're looking forward to the leagues. I think they're going to be tons of fun. Our first league is going to be this weekend, actually, we're drafting. And I will be recording it and putting it on YouTube. Brandon actually may record his side as well, and so we'll put both of them. Maybe we'll put both Brandon's and my video up so we can talk about strategy and talk about how the two of us did it differently. My dog really wants to play. He's staring at me. And there goes Makar. I actually don't hate Makar at around 138. He was going way earlier before. He was in like the hundreds. And again, this is kind of what I'm getting into, right? I'm kind of not into an issue, but kind of the thing I've noticed while doing all these mocks is the fact that I have Sagan and O'Reilly. I shouldn't have taken Sagan that early simply because of how many centers there are, and it's hard to pass on guys like that. And I do think I reached for Sagan. I just really wanted the shots. And I'm really happy now seeing how the draft is going. I'm really happy that I took Gostisbehere where I did. Edler, I love that pick. I absolutely love that pick. And the Makar stuff I said is very similar to Hughes. That's a great pick there. I like that for Jack Hughes. The thing with Makar is he's very similar, Quentin Hughes is the same situation as Cale Makar. I actually think that today the first piece of news came out about the power play in San Jose, and apparently Evander Kane is actually the favorite to get it. It's not LeBanc. So right now, I think if I remember correctly, after this, I'm gonna go look up that tweet, because I'm pretty sure that he's like, I think right now the top power play is. Oh, I need to find this now. I don't remember where I put it. I'm pretty sure that LeBanc has been put off of the power play, and it's now, the old cast, and then the person that's replacing Pavelski is going to be Kane, which is a big deal. Honestly, so another guy that I really like that pick there is Van Riemsdyk, and people are sniping me left and right. I should have never said anything about my guys. Let me take a look at goalies here too. What's out there still? Not a lot. I'll tell you that much. Not a lot. Even Markstrom went. So we're gonna. Oh, I'm gonna get. I got Patrick Hornquist, didn't I? Wait. Oh, I got Hornquist. Okay, I'm fine with Hornquist. It's not great, but it's fine. At this point, I'm really like my starting. Even though it looks like I'm empty here, my starting lineup is actually rather full. So I'm gonna. Man, this clock is really throwing me off. Nope. I keep getting thrown off. I mean, I could have done worse than Leonard, but this 30-second pick clock is killing me. It's been a while. I wanted Simmons, though. Simmons would have been good. It seems like Simmons is actually going to get top power play, because they're kind of keeping Hughes and Gusev together. So it seems like that's kind of what's happening. Don't hate the Hornquist pick, but I could have done better. Hischier is going real late too when he's a lock for top power play, top line right now. Oh, and for honestly, I don't draft using shutouts. Even if my league counts them, I pretend like they don't exist. I completely disregard them. It's the same as like plus minus. There's such a lucky stat week to week. You just can't predict what's going to happen week to week in a shutout. Like I don't like using stats like that to rank. Like if I get one, then cool, and it's going to win me my week. But otherwise, like not worth it. Gardner is a sneaky pick this year, only because there's a chance that he maybe gets top power play. And there goes my Simmons. Damn. I love Ferland that late too. It's a good pick. Most wins for goalies. I think it's first. I think it's first going to be Vasilevsky, and then after that's Bobrovsky. Although honestly, it could also be Bobrovsky simply because there's nobody to play behind him. Whereas with Vasilevsky, you never know. They could rest him a little bit more, a little earlier, especially after how poorly he did in the playoffs last year. They may want to rest him this year going into the playoffs, which actually limits his win totals towards the end. I don't really see that happening. I think it'll still be Vasilevsky, but I think it'll be one of those two. I think it'll be Bob or Vasi. Okay, so now I have my goalies, which is good. At this point now, I guess I'm just going to go full upside for the most part. And I want to see if Josh Anderson is still out there, so I'm going to go Josh Anderson on the right wing. And the other guy that I actually really like that has not... I didn't see if he went yet. Did he go? I may have a little bit of it. I don't even have a right wing bench yet, so I'm going to take Dustin Brown. Why is they didn't update the picture? Oh, there it is. I wanted to see his ugly face. There we go. Yeah, so we'll do another draft in a second. We'll find which one. We'll post. Let's see what we can do here. We'll probably post in Sam Reinhart, Bo Horvat. I'm actually very happy with how my draft ended up there. It's a very weird one. I ended up with a lot of bangers, honestly. At first was worried about my hits, and then I ended up really, really okay. Yeah, I actually did okay based on my draft leaderboard here. I didn't fill in the whole draft board yet, but not bad. Let's see. I'll show the. I'll keep filling this in here so that I can show everybody the draft tool. And then yes, we will do another one. I'll put which one in a second. So we'll put it first in the Patreon Discord channel. And then after that, we'll put it. I like the Coleman pick. It's a very sneaky pick. I was thinking of Zucker, Brandon, but you got him. We'll put it in the Patreon channel for 3 minutes or whatever first to give the opportunity for people to join. And then after that, we will put it in. We'll send it out to the masses. I may even just put it in the YouTube comments, to be honest. People who are watching deserve to be in if they want. Or the YouTube, stream. Discord, if you're on our YouTube stream right now, the live stream, if you open up the description there, Dahlbeck, that was definitely an auto pick, I think. I hope. If you open that up, there is a Discord channel in there. Okay. Oh, you have to hook it up via. You have to hook up your Patreon to your Discord. Brandon, do you want to? If you go to the announcements channel, there's actually Brandon posted that literally today. So let's take a look first before we select one here. Let's pull this over. So here's the draft board. Let's take a look at the leaderboard here, how we did. So I'm still kind of updating a little bit. I'm crushing in hits, which is good to see. Where's Brandon? Red. Oh, we're not counting blocks. Hold on. I know we're not counting blocks. Not counting PIMs either. I think I'm missing a category, aren't I? I fixed this before because this is for a different league. But okay, I'm doing well in these ones. Plus minus. That's what I'm missing. Who cares about that? So I'm not doing bad. I could do better. I could be doing better in assists, and I went too heavy on peripherals. Is the moral of the story here, to be honest. A little too heavy in peripherals, but pretty much unbeatable there. Aside from Brandon, who can destroy me in shots on goal. Of course, he loves his shots on goal. Aside from that, I'm decently happy with how I did. Pretty balanced. I could have done better on the power play points, and that's I think largely due to some of the auto picks that I did. But other than that, I feel good. Okay, so let me pick a new mock to do. What are people feeling? Should we do a 10-person? Let's do a 10-person because it seems like a lot of people do 10 persons. So, let's see which one here. I'm going to post this. That's our YouTube stream. Hello. Okay, we're gonna post. Let me send this to Brandon first because he also needs to get in this. Oh, Brandon might not be able to join this one, so that's okay. Okay, so if everyone in the YouTube channel, I'm gonna post this here as well. There you go. That is the link to the mock in the YouTube comments. I hope everyone that wants to get in can get in. We'll also put it in. We'll also put it in here. I think posted it also in the Patreon channel. might get filled up. So IMG, hopefully you get in there. It's in the YouTube comments and I'm gonna draft from 5 because I hate myself, obviously, and wanna suffer, clearly. So let's redo this draft board here and hopefully do a little bit of a smarter draft, for my part. Okay. We have quite a few viewers today too. I love it. Getting up to 20 on our first YouTube stream. We switched over to YouTube this time just because we have subs here. We wanted to see what it was like, see what the experience was like. So far, I'm liking it. Not minding it. Gambino. Yeah, Brandon, I don't think is joining this one, so more mocks for the people. And we're gonna post this one in general as well. Okay, and we should tweet this out as well for people to join. Just get this thing filled up. Oh, and the cat is here ready to auto pick. Hello, cat. Oh. Don't get caught on that. Hello. The cat always has to say hello on stream. Every time. Do you remember when you auto picked? Did you auto pick it on purpose? You have no words? Fine. Oh, you do have words. There you go. Oh man. He thinks he's kind, but the problem is that he will auto pick you when he wants to. Okay, so we're almost full here. We have 3 more spots. And starting in 5 minutes, setting up. And yes, feel free to draft however you want. I think largely, like, you know, what I've said before is at this point in mock season time, I'm going to criticize people's picks less and talk more about strategy. And last time, apologies, I was a little bit behind. I was behind on the draft board, and so it was a little hard to make picks and do all these things. So this time should go a little smoother. Let's also make sure. Can you notice that I have a dog? I keep getting this dog bed ad. I'm not buying it. It's not happening. He doesn't use beds. I've thought about it, but he doesn't use them. I've tried, and he doesn't use them. It's unbelievable. I wish he'd use them. Bandit, get over here. He's trying to get outside. He thinks he can. Come here. And we're full. Let's go. Okay, so we've got a full roster here. And if we and so one other thing to say, a few videos that's relevant to watch at least. So if you go to our stream, there should be, or on our stream there should be a little information thing on the top right. The 2 things to watch there, and I know a few people had asked about rookies. Here, let me add a few other ones. So I know a few people had asked about rookies. A few people had also asked about sleepers and that kind of thing. And so I added some cards up there for people in case you want to watch those videos. You can go back and find them. Added how to set up our draft tool. So there's like a playlist on how to use our draft tool. There's 3 videos in that. One is about setting it up, just literally how to set it up. The other one is how to like master it, how I use it to draft. And the third one is how to speed it up because it's a little bit slow for some people. And then other than that, on there I put the fantasy hockey strategy video and also the sleepers episode because I know people, of course, love to know about sleepers. So in that little information button. And of course, I don't know how many of you are subscribers or not, but if you haven't subscribed yet, you should. Occasionally you get a cat on the screen. Okay, so we're almost oops. We're almost ready for this draft. 2 minutes in. Let me drink some water here. Okay. And last time I didn't have the sound. I forgot that I didn't turn on the sound, like the notifications or the weird sound effects for Yahoo's draft. So I'm going to turn those on now so that people can actually hear what's happening. So let's take a look really quick before the draft starts at my rankings. So these are the rankings I have for the draft. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm 1 minute ahead of your draft clock. I'm supposed to be behind on the stream. But so this is the draft tool, the board, the leaderboard, all that good stuff. The standardized scores. So these are my rankings. This is kind of how I go through the draft. It'll show me who's kind of drafted already, and this, which I go over in the kind of how to master the tool video. This is one thing I recommend adding, which is just a difference between the rank and the ADP. It's a really easy way to find busts and sleepers and people who aren't really worth their value according to the league settings. That draft tool you can find in the description of the stream, or you can find here. Actually, I'll post a video. I'll post a link really quick. 1 second, people. Oh, I have it here. Forgot I have it here. Okay, you can grab that draft tool, drop it in the comments right now. Okay, 25 seconds to the draft. So the diff column, if you watch the video, it's really simple. You just add a column to the right of whatever import sheet, or if you're using colon, for example, whatever place you're getting the rankings from. What you want to do is you want to subtract the ADP from the rank, and so it's the difference between ADP and rank. And if rank is below the ADP, then you don't want to do it. You're just trying to find value. Here's the link on that video. Oh. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, it's one of the new videos that I put out today that explains kind of how to master it. But yeah, so you can add that to watch later. Yeah, so the budget league is for free agency, just to make that clear. So it's the $100 budget is only for free agency, and that's for free agent acquisition budget. So it's when you go to add a player, you bid. It's almost like an auction sort of for a free agent instead of having a waiver wire. It's a little bit more fair, but the actual draft itself will still be a snake draft, so don't need to worry about knowing how to do auctions. I'm not a huge fan of auctions, but I know a lot of people like auctions, so I keep that to myself. Okay, so, and if the notifications or the sounds for Yahoo are too loud, someone please let me know. Happy to fix that at some point or turn them down. Okay, 43 seconds. And I'm drafting from the 5th spot again because, like I said, I like pain. I obviously enjoy pain. "24 seconds. No, so the way it works, IMG, is so you draft like normal. You normally draft. Normally, like you draft literally just as normal. It's a normal snake draft, exactly like we're doing in the mock here. But then once you get past the draft and you're actually just adding people normally, like usually there'd be a waiver wire, right? So it would be, first in the waiver wire, second in the waiver wire, whatever it is. But other than that, but instead of it being waiver, it all comes down to how much you bid. I love it. Smart people. McDavid not going top 3. Yes. It makes me so happy to see that. Because it's the right move, honestly. Okay, so now this is the hardest bit about drafting from this slot is who do you take? And I'd love to take Crosby, but the problem with Crosby is that he's a center, and I don't want to take a center. So I'm going to take Patty Kane. I could have made a case actually there for Brent Burns, but I have Brent Burns ranked 12th, so I don't want to do that. And Crosby goes right after me, which makes sense. I'm just, especially in a 10 person, I want to fade centers. We'll see how that actually works out for me, or doesn't. I feel like the little notification sounds are actually way too low. I'll try to turn those up in a second. Burns at 10 is the perfect spot. This is kind of what we were talking about with that turn, is that on that turn in a 10 person, you can do a lot. You can do a lot getting like a Burns and someone else. I also love Taylor Hall going that early. I personally would have liked Wheeler more, but I don't blame you for... I mean, right wing is a little deeper this year than left wing. Go Johnny Gaudreau now. Which I'm guessing Gaudreau going that early is due to Helen Keller. Fantastic name, I guess. I remember that's IMG. I'm guessing that Gaudreau going there is because of league settings. Because in a league like this, I don't think or in a normal standard league like this, I don't think I'd take Gaudreau that early. Because again, he doesn't give you stat coverage like most of the other guys around that same spot go. Yeah, league settings. Okay, so Sergei Bobrovsky goes now. Wait. So, am I missing something? Why is Vasilevsky still here? People, what are you doing? I'll take that all day. All day I will take Vasilevsky. Thank you. Yeah, Vasilevsky should not have been there for me, but you know what? I will take it happily. I'm not going to complain. That was shocking to me. And that's like exact. I mean, if I could dream up a perfect scenario, it's Vasilevsky. That's exactly what I want. I mean, I want to get Vasilevsky early. I hope. That's my dream in one of my leagues is that I can get him late. I really wish, from just like a content standpoint, this pick clock was longer because it would just give us so much more time to talk about, oh, here's who I'm eyeing or here's who I'm not eyeing. Wow, the Matthews Tavares stack. I haven't seen that one yet. We saw it in our league last year, in our main league, but did not see it. I have not seen it in mocks this year yet. Okay, so myself, I'm actually a Rangers fan. Actually a huge Rangers fan. But I mean, Rangers are my number one team. But let's see. Okay, so let's sort by rank first off. The Draisaitl did go. I forgot about that. Eichel. I actually want Rantanen here. I'm okay with Rantanen. It's okay, Kevin. We are eventually, or at some point, you also need people to mess up because it's also a great teaching point. Rantanen is scary, honestly, at that point. But the thing is that I don't mind. Goron. There's a little bit of a trend so far in this draft with centers getting faded, and I'm hoping that continues. I'm trying to bank on exactly that. I took a risk. I took a risk simply because there's other centers I like at that same spot. Like I'm okay. Landeskog is a great pick, especially with center left wing. Yes, fading centers this year is definitely the place to is definitely the year to fade centers. And I haven't faded centers as hard as I'd like to. Like every time I feel like I get into the 4th round or the 5th round, and every single time I end up taking a center, and yet I tell myself every time I won't, but I do. And there goes Eichel. But so this year, this draft, I'm going to try to do exactly that and really, really fade centers. To be fair, I actually like McKinnon over McDavid in this setup, so I think you're okay. The Bergeron by accident that one's kind of a bad one. I'll admit that one. I like the John Carlson pick. I mean, I hope in the leagues that I count blocks, he kind of falls a little farther than he has been. I like Barkov too. I was kind of hoping that he'd fall a little bit, but I guess not. You know, I wasn't going to take a center, but I think I have an idea of what I want to do next. My dog getting all excited. I don't think he is, but I just think he hasn't been. Oh my God, he is. Yes, give me Sebastian Aho right at value. Praise be. Praise be, Kako. I can't believe Aho was there. I'm loving this draft. If this is how it goes for me in real life, I'm gonna be A-okay. Malkin's still there is great too. I didn't want to take Aho, but I had to. He was just sitting there. How can you let him fall? I have him ranked 16th They have him 51. You know why? Because a plus minus. Plus minus is a stupid stat. Don't draft with it. You can find absolute steals late. The reason I like McKinnon over McDavid is solely just stat coverage. It's close. Like, it's really not that big of a difference. It's like this minimal of a difference, but I personally like McKinnon over McDavid in this kind of a league setup. Shots on goal are big. Power play points is a big one, given how terrible. Given that their power play is so bad, I like McKinnon's power play points more, just alone over him. But again, it's it's very, very close. You can't go wrong with either one. We're seeing some goalies go now. Man, a literal. This is the first time. It's not that much. Okay, it changed a little bit. Literal goalie run going here. Yeah, how I got. I mean, so far this draft is gone. I couldn't have dreamt of a better draft so far. I think that the next guy I'm eyeing here. I mean, at this point, I'm getting close to just be a little risky territory. Okay, and we all know who I'm going next here, if he gets to me. Ah! And Jake Gensel gets to me too. Let's go. Let's go. Man, if this was a real draft, I'd be ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. I don't think I could dream a better draft at this moment. Maybe I think I'd prefer, I think the only thing that could have happened better is that one of that top 4 fell to me for whatever reason. I don't know. That's the thing with ranks when you include a plus minus. These ranks are usually, this rank is usually fixed when you're not looking at, when you don't include plus minus, which a lot of leagues don't. But when you do, guys fall for stupid reasons, and it shouldn't happen. And the nice thing is that with a guy like Vasilevsky, I don't have to take a goaltender in forever. I mean, the same thing with Bob. I mean, Bob shouldn't have gone before Vasilevsky, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I love McKinnon this year. There's the only thing that holds me back on McKinnon, which we talked about in the Colorado preview. Colorado was awarded the most power plays in the league by quite a margin, and because of that, I'm a little bit hesitant on them this year, because if that falls, so does his power play numbers. Okay, so we're gonna need a position here. So let's take a look at what's out there for defense. I like the Morgan Riley pick there. Actually, that's a really good pick. And you see, this is one thing that so this is something that's interesting from the last draft. That's different. Man, I wanted Evander Kane. That's fine. So we're actually gonna go here. I'm gonna keep kind of shoring up my wings. I'm gonna take Timo Meier. Man, they really updated these ranks to be accurate. That's too close for comfort. I love Timo Meier this year, and he's probably gonna be top power play with Evander Kane. So why not? I mean, not even probably. He's pretty much guaranteed to be top power play. Ken, right there with me. Oh, okay. Hold on. I moved to first. Yeah, one thing that's definitely, in these last... one thing that's definitely changed in these last... in this mock here and in the past is, you've got to adjust to the new ranks. Because in the past, you could say, oh, well, look, Timo Meier is ranked so low, or Trocheck is ranked so low, and look at them now. They're sitting at the top of the draft board forever. And it's hard. You can't just say, oh, well, their ADP is low. Like Trocheck's ADP is 150.7, but his rank is 38 here. His X rank is 96. You're not going to get him at that ADP for much longer, especially in a real draft. And so you've got to adjust past the ADP at some point. And that's kind of what happened with Meyer. I wouldn't have been taking him there before, but that's something big. Let's get caught up here. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of a reach, I think, on this next pick here. If he doesn't go already, I'm hoping he doesn't. I kind of like Subban there. I'm not super high on Subban, to be honest. I mean, I am, but I'm not like massively high on him. Okay, I'm gonna reach a little bit here for a defenseman. And a defenseman. I mean, if Bufflin is... This is one of those drafts, actually, where it's gone so damn well that I'd think about taking Dustin Bufflin at some point. Not now. At some point, I'd take Bufflin. Actually, I'm going to reach for Larkin here. I don't really need a center, but that's it. I've had a good enough draft that I can reach for a guy like Dylan Larkin right now and not feel it. Oops, sorry. My camera went black. 1 second. I will fix that shortly. I hate when camera feeds go black. I think I know exactly what it is. Apologies, folks. I'm in the middle of getting a new setup going. Kako goes. Well, this is awkward. Aha, we're live again. Hello, folks. Apologies as I set this up. Okay. It's going to be my pick soon. Whoop, there we go. Okay, we're live. Hello, folks. We're back. Kind of. Looks like this is a little bit tilted. Oh, and it's back again. Ooh, look at that. It's like a ghost. My camera is being it's a complete mess. We're gonna fix this in 2 seconds. We may have to switch up. Okay. Let's focus on the draft for a second. We'll fix the camera after we draft. Appreciate the heads up. So I'll explain why Meyer and Trocheck are so good in a second. With Ahlin Larkin, I'm so happy. Now I'm gonna get the defenseman I want, as long as he doesn't get sniped from me here, which I don't think he will. Yeah, sorry about the camera feed. I'll fix that in a second. That feels really high for Kako. I love Kako, but that's high, I think. Seth Jones, don't take my guy, Charizard. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yes! Unless I missed it. No, Darlene is still there. Give me Darlene. Love him. Love him. So the reason Timo Meyer and Trocheck are so good, well, Timo Meyer is because he shoots. He's a multi-cap monster, as we call them. Just fills out so many peripherals, and that's pretty important a lot of the times. Is when you can fill out a ton of peripherals, and someone who does all of it gets you a ton of points, gets you power play points, and also gets you hits as well as whatever other cat you need to pay attention to. Okay, 1 second here, folks. Oh, and I'm upside down. Look at that. We're gonna use a different camera here for a second because my other camera died. So this one's fine for now. Oh. Seriously, this draft is just flying. It's insane. And then the reason that, and then Trocheck, going back to that really quick, Trocheck is the same reason, just fills out so many categories for you and is in such a good position as well to succeed. Like, you can't complain with a guy like that. The problem, of course, is that he's a center, and he was being ranked way too low before. Okay, so what am I gonna do here next? That's the big question mark. Um, I think I still want to go defenseman. There's oh wait no. I should go defenseman, but I should. Yeah, I am. I know there's a forward I really want, but I mean my forward core. Look at this: Aho, Larkin, Gensel, Timo Meyer, Patrick Kane, Mikko Rantanen. Oh, Svech went. Okay, that made my life pretty easy. Okay, well, Patches goes. So that means that it leaves Jacob Trouba for me. Love it. Love it. Second. What? Yahoo. Oh, plus minus probably. Yeah, that's where I'm faulting. So someone asked me over here, what's the thoughts on a power play point league? So let's take a look at this team. Giroux, Monahan, Gaudreau, Huberdeau, Pasternak, Besser, and Carlson. Love it. I mean, that's exact. I probably want. I think if it were like a very power play point heavy league or like point plus power play point heavy league, I'd rather go a defenseman here over Besser. But other than that, I love it. And then Optimal Hunter said something about not sure how he felt about Svech. I like Svech. I was gonna take him there if he was still available, but because you took him, I took Trouba instead, which is probably a good thing for me. I should let me see what goaltenders are out there still actually, because there might be an interesting pick here next. What? Why, dude? If I get Hellebuck, if I have Hellebuck and Vasilevsky, I'm unbeatable in goaltending. It's like full stop unbeatable in goaltending. I get that Winnipeg might have a rough year this year, but like, when you have a guy like Vasilevsky who can hold up almost any goaltender on the other side, like, you're going to be just fine. Why is he still here? Man, they really dropped him in ranks, didn't they? And he's fallen a lot past his ADP now. Oh, give me him. Come on. And the way I don't know how I ended up with Vasilevsky, honestly. Someone asked way earlier how I got him. I have no clue. But I started I have 5th overall pick, Ted. That's how I got Kane, and then I got Vasilevsky. I'll show my team or the draft order in a second here. Yeah, someone. Yeah, I don't know if they didn't see that Vasilevsky. And I get sniped, Hellebuck. If that's a stream snipe, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Okay, so we're not gonna do that then. Let's scrap that. You know what? Why is Scheifele still here? What the hell? I'm actually. I'll reach Tom Wilson. Why not? So yeah, so if we look at draft results here, at least my team. Where am I? Why does it show you X rank? I wish it showed you somewhere what pick you took them. Why doesn't it show you what pick you got them at? That seems dumb. I like Risto there a lot. Damn, Doughty went already? Man. Snake. Absolute snake. The John Tavares of fantasy hockey. The John Tavares of fantasy hockey. Look at that. Man, that other camera is so much better. That's okay. We'll live. Ryan O'Reilly. I was thinking about going him, but I'm fine with this. I've gotten completely behind. Trying to fix my camera, I got completely behind on the ranks here, and so I have no idea how I rank against everybody else. Normally, I'd be looking at my sheet here and saying, oh, well, I need to go for this position right now, or this, like, cat right now. Man, there are so many centers still out there. I like Kreider. I actually think I'm going to go a defenseman and take a little bit of an upside defenseman here in Pulock. One thing to note on Pulock is that Dobson is playing really, really well. And if Dobson stays up, he can't be sent back down because he'd have to go to juniors. And I don't think they want to send him to juniors. So That's that's definitely a very, very interesting thing to watch. If you guys hear that, I'm gonna mark that I really like down here. I like Dustin Brown. I like Jack Hughes. I like Kyle Palmieri. Voracek is a steal there. Um, let's see how much I can catch up here. I left off. I got lost way back here somewhere. I don't even know if I don't even know if this is salvageable in terms of catching up again on my sheet, because I would love. I mean, at the end, at least I can. Maybe when we're picking. God, this draft is flying. We may be able to do another one, honestly, just because it's flying so fast. Okay, still in second. According to this, at least, doing well in hits, doing well in shots. Okay. So for this next pick, let's see what I want to do. There's still just so many. Still just so many forwards. Is he still here? I can't show who I'm gonna take because he was taken. Snakes. I think Hoffman did go. Because I didn't fill this in, I'm not sure where the hell Couturier did go. Couture's still there. Interesting. I think I look like a dunce here trying to figure out where the hell people are going, but you know, guy I really like. I'm kind of thinking of reaching here. Palmieri's not. I'm gonna reach for Palmieri here. I think he has so much upside this year. Lock on the top power play, pretty much a lock on the top line, and if he's not top line, he at least goes second line with Jack Hughes. Can't go wrong. Man, this is the thing. Centers go so early. Yeah, the first stream we ever did, I really like Pettersson there. That's a great pick. Pettersson that late is insane. I mean, it's the perfect spot to get him, in my opinion. I mean, he's going right above Jack Hughes. Like, come on. So, yeah, I think at this point I'm kind of drafting off instinct and trying to pay attention to my ranks at the same time. There's a lot of really, really good people still out there, honestly. I'm actually curious. He did, like I said, I haven't been. Usually, I follow along with my sheet, and so I'm trying to figure out where guys are at. Yeah, Doughty's been going a lot earlier in these ones so far than he used to be. Where did OEL go? I don't remember. Let's see. Does it say 1/10? Oh, he just recently went. Okay. Makar, that's of all the rookie defensemen to take, that's my favorite one. So let's take a look at defensemen really quick, because I could just clean up my defenseman here. But let's see who's out there, because there might be, no options to the point that I'm kind of done. I'm between Nurse or Theodore. I think I like Theodore more for upside, because I don't need peripherals really. Like, if we look at peripherals, I'm fine for the most part, so I don't really need that. So I'll take the upside in Theodore there, and my defensemen are now set, which is good. What sheet do I use for projections? So for sheet, I actually use a mix of a lot. I just make one big master projections. Damn it, Dustin Brown. Charizard, staring at my queue. So the thing with the projections that I do is I look at a bunch of different ones. So I look at Dom, I look at Dauber, I look at RotoWire, I look at Colin. I take all of those and mesh them together. So I blend them in between. Oh, Oh, I use our draft tool, which is, and we have videos on our YouTube about, we have videos on our YouTube now to explain how to use it, how to master it, all that kind of good stuff. But I'll post it again just in case. That, as you fill it in, as the draft goes on, there's this thing called the draft leaderboard, and you can kind of see how you index versus everybody else. So, I, like I said, I think we'll have time for one more, and if anything, we'll at least have time for, I think, for like an 8-person, really, really shallow. And I'll fill this all in after the draft, and I'll show you how everyone kind of ranks. But okay, let's go back to this draft here. Barzell, man, I can't believe how late Barzell's going. I mean, I get it because he doesn't really offer much, but still. Another one that's going really late, I actually wonder if they moved him up, is Johansson. I have him ranked 97th. They have him 142. I think a lot of that has to do with plus minus, which is dumb. I'm getting stream sniped constantly. This is exactly why in my real drafts I won't be streaming them. I'm just going to be recording them for YouTube. They're only getting recorded. I'll also have more. Actually, what I'm really doing for Charizard is I'm queuing up people now that I know he might be thinking about, just to throw him off. So now on goaltender, I think I might actually take my goaltender here next. And there's a guy I specifically want. I mean, I'll take Mantha if he's there. But if not, there's a goaltender I really want, which is going to be Jakob Markstrom. A lot of these guys or whatever, like Peter Mrazek's actually an interesting one. I just don't think he has a injury risk. There's just so many things that could potentially go wrong with him that I don't even want to touch it. Jonathan Quick is an interesting option. Interesting option to me at least this year to pair with Vasilevsky just from a starts perspective because you already have the wins and he's such a good goaltender. You don't have to worry too much about it. But I like Markstrom. Markstrom puts me in a really good spot with a lot of win potential, probably good save percentage and good, probably some good goals against average too. And then of course Mantha goes right after, which makes total sense. That's where he should be going. So now I'm just looking for upside guys, right? That's all we're looking at here. Nino is a good one, potentially top line. Just going to throw some guys I like in here. Shockingly, a guy that I like too is Eric Stahl, but I guess I could take a center. I have 2 right wings on my bench already, and I do have 2 left wing right wings, so it's not that big of a deal that I have so many right wings. It's kind of okay. But I do actually like Eric Stahl quite a bit. Anders Lee I love. I think especially in bangers leagues, he is going really, really below value. It's shocking. I mean, I have him ranked. So they have him ranked 59th. I think that a lot of that has to do with the plus minus. I have Anders Lee ranked. Let's see, where is he at? Let's find him. Let's find Anders Lee. God, where do I have him at? I don't remember. I have him 75th. So probably, I think the big gap there is less goals to me. Let's actually take a look here. Yeah, they have him for 17% shooting. I'd bring that down a little bit personally. Yeah, I don't know how Backstrom's going really late in every draft. I don't think I've done a single one where I've seen him not be low. He's going super low. It's crazy. Wayne Simmons is a great late round grab like this. Anders Lee, like I said, great pick. So now I'm in a little bit of a situation here where really, I'm looking for just upside. And to me, one of the biggest upside guys, maybe not for... one of the biggest upside guys to me, just from a power play point. Look, like I've said before in drafts, power play points are the hardest things to get this late in a draft. And to me, the upside in power play points for Nico Hischier is insane. And he shoots quite a bit too. So I like Nico Hischier there. Yeah, that Nylander to Matthews connection is interesting. Very interesting. Ha! I sniped Charizard. Let's go. That's what you get. I told you I was coming for you. I told you. Let's see. What else? What else is here? I'm trying to give you guys some. I like Jeff Petrie a lot, actually. Just from like, let's say you've drafted a fantastic team, you're set on points, you're already towards the top, and all you're really missing is if and then Gusev. Damn, that's a good pick. Totally forgot about him too. Jeez, that's a good spot for Quinton as well. Petrie's a good one if you're down in peripherals, but good in everything else. That's what you just don't expect many points. Honestly, I think it's insane to me that they're projecting him for similar points to last year when like half his points came when Webb was out. It's impossible. It's just not going to happen. Petrie, if you draft Petrie, you're drafting him for the peripherals. You're not drafting him for the goals and assists. It's just not going to happen because they're not going to do 2D on the top power play either. Jason Zucker's a good one down here. Hornquist is interesting as well that he's still here. Okay, so what would I do in my last pick here? Let's look at standings. So, again, remember, I messed up my sheet, but essentially the same thing would happen, right? Where I would go here and say, okay, what am I lacking in? So, in goals, I'm a little low. Assists, I'm a little bit low. In, shockingly, points, I guess. Oh, I'm ranking by the wrong. No, I'm low in that. It's interesting. I don't feel like I'm that low in goals and assists, but sure. I feel unbeatable in goaltending, which is great. Okay. So my last thing here, what do you do? What do you do? I think, yeah, you did. Okay. On here at this point, I'm going for, I would have taken, I think, Hornquist, honestly. But I like the left wing, right wing in Jason Zucker. Good spread in points, which I kind of need. And that kind of leaves me maybe solidly in second. I don't think anyone can really Upper's going to gain a little bit more of a lead. Joel Parison, nice, right after Darnell Nurse. Man, that's a great spot for Nurse. I mean, because for Nurse, all you're drafting him for are those peripherals, which are worth it on their own. Edler also going really late there. Okay, so not bad. So this team was drafting for goals, assists, and power play points as the kind of big thing. And so when you look at it, it's drafted perfectly for that. Vince Dunn is the upside on the power play. I don't like Tyson Barrie almost at all for power play points. For at least like a power play point heavy league, 28 is way too high. He's going to be second power play guaranteed. And even like with just peripherals, like that's not just peripherals, sorry, just points. I think this is too high, so I wouldn't take Tyson Barrie there. I would have rather taken somebody else. Huberdeau, like the forward core, I think is fantastic. Again, like I said, I think I would have switched the Brock Besser pick at 73 for a defenseman. And so I think I would have done that. I think I would have swapped when I take Tyson Barrie for this, and then taken a forward when I took Tyson Barrie, if this were my team. And now we're drafting for the purpose of power play points and points. Let's take a look at my team here. How did this end up unfolding? So I got like a ridiculous starting lineup. And then after that, just went kind of all upside because you can. So Aho, Larkin, Gensel, Meyer, Kane, Mikko Rantanen. Love it. Absolutely love it. You can't really complain. And then my goaltenders in Vasilevsky and Jakob Markstrom are a healthy combo. And on the bench, I've got Tom Wilson, Kyle Palmieri, Nico Hischier, and Jason Zucker. I like the bench. Jason Zucker is my one like odd man out really that I don't care about too much, but that's fine. I've got two. I actually did the opposite of what I said in the past for D, which was taking a D early, and that was solely just because so many guys fell to me that I didn't think I'd get. So like because Aho fell to me, because Vasilevsky fell to me, because those guys were there, I kind of had to fade defenseman. I couldn't help it. And I think I still did well for what happened. Like, getting Dahlin, getting Trouba. I like these two as a top two kind of D for you, and then Pulak and Theodore. Theodore has a ton of upside, as does Pulak. And I mean, if Pulak gets ousted by Noah Dobson, I would just keep one of those two anyways, or pick them up, and I'd pay a lot of attention. Okay, so you know what? Actually, I don't think we're gonna do another mock draft today. We'll do more tomorrow. We were planning on doing mocks tomorrow anyways. Today was kind of just a shoe-in, like, hey, why don't we just do some mocks? So we'll do some more tomorrow. Make sure to check out the description for all the videos or the info button for more videos. There's we just put out 3 videos that were about how to use the mock draft or how to use the draft tool. We also put out some videos, a rookies video and a few other ones. So be sure to check those out. And if you haven't subscribed, do. And thank you for tuning in. Crazy that we got as many viewers as we did, which was awesome on a Friday night. And I'll pay attention to Discord, pay attention to our Twitter. We will be live doing mock drafts again tomorrow. And I'm going to try to start a little bit earlier so that we can get 3 in tomorrow. Anyways, thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow.